Virgo, it's your you versus them reading. It's oh my god, tarot, and this is it, guys. This is we're gonna start with a 3-card, romance oracle theme. Gonna look at that, take a closer gander. Then we're gonna get into like a 3-card spread for you and then them. All right, but you're gonna love the way that we lay it out. So here we go. First card you got, you deserve love. You deserve love, Virgo. I say this a million times. You guys don't believe me. You deserve love. Alright, the next card you have is flirt. I'm not mad. Are you? I'm not mad. We're looking good here. Then you have this could be the one. Okay, so some of you guys know what that means. It's nice, doing general reads because some of you guys just are like, when I say the one, this could be the one, you're like, oh, him? Really? And I don't know who you're talking about, but you guys know, so that's awesome. That's exciting. Let's take a closer look into these beautiful cards. Just beautiful stuff here. Love this deck. You deserve love. You are lovable. Dagnammit, Virgo. You are lovable. You know the ins and outs. You know the back end of all the presentation that is your body and who you are. So you find it hard to know all the flaws, all the secrets, and understand why people love you so much. But you deserve love. People love you. They love what they see on the outside. They love how you think. They love how you act. So just remember that. Virgos are very attractive. If you guys are feeling down, it's because you're not aligned with who you are, because you guys naturally are helpful, service people, loyal, committed. When you're involved and wanting to do really good by the universe, by people, you're so good. You're amazing. Then you have the flirt card. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. See, I notice a lot of Virgos stay there inhibited and not being the person that they know deep down inside they are, like Mr. Life of the party, happy, excited. Their personality, the things that they see in other people that they wish was them. It's like, damn it, I wish I could be more like that. And it's like, just do it. Just do it. If you want to be the life of the party, you want to be boisterous, you have to. The reason you feel like you can't is because you care about what other people think. And then at the same time, you don't care about what other people think. You don't respect other people's opinions until you see some credentials. So if that's the case, you should be like, whatever, I'm just going to be who I am, and then that'll weed out the fakes. That'll weed out the people who are here for it and the people who are not. So, I'll figure out how to tone it up, tone it down, but I'm just going to be myself. I'm going to be who I am, and that's it. That's it. I don't care what people say. I know people have come to expect things for decades. They expect me to be a certain way. And I care about that, but I want to be myself for a while, and that's it. And that's it. And that's how you do it. As a Pisces, I understand that half the time it's really hard to think like that, but seriously, like, if you are so confident in how you think, then just do what you want and think how you feel how you think, whatever. Just do it. And if you make mistakes, just be like, listen, that was going to happen. I knew it. I knew I was going to make some mistakes and misperceive a few things and possibly be a bit much for other people, but hey, that's just who I am. And then you have this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So it seems like, deep down inside, when you've done dirty or when you've acted in accordance to unevolved energies, and you've emulated that underdeveloped version of yourself. There's people in the past that they've seen it all, and they know who you are, and they still ride with you, and those are the people that you're now looking back at, and you're like, oh, are you the one? I just feel like I've been through this journey inside and out, up and down, and all the way through it, who I've been, like, this person, this person gets me. And I feel like that's a lot of the times where Virgos end up. They just want somebody who understands them, and all this time they're looking out here for thrills and excitement, but you guys really, at the end of the day, want somebody who will put up with your crap. That's how it is, buddy. And it's equal. It's to be said for Pisces as well. We just need somebody who can put up with the moods and the weirdness and the strange tendencies, the OCD, And there's somebody who gets you like that. Maybe they're not perfect, but they get you and they accept you, and that's what you're looking for, right? So here we go. Let's get into your spread. You, them, you, them. You, them. Okay. That is interesting. That's interesting, okay? And I'll tell you why. You have the High Priestess here, so there's unknown knowledge, there's hidden wisdom, there's stuff that you don't know. There's like there's somebody who's very psychic and mystical and intuitive, and there's all that stuff that you feel on the inside that has been stirred. You deserve love, okay? This could be the one. Feels are a thing that Virgos can't really sort out properly. I feel this way. I don't know what is this salty discharge coming from my eyes? Tears? What is this? I don't feel. I'm joking. And I'm mostly thinking of the men, because the Virgo women are just angels. But you have this hidden wisdom, knowledge thing, and it's representative of the moon, so it just feels like an emotional, moody, like up and down roller coaster type of situation. You know, that could also just be explosive. You just know it's like, it just rocks your foundation. You know, you could, your experience with this relationship could just be, there's just a lot of secrets, you know, there's a lot of fights, fiery energy, you know, and then you have just a scorned person, a scorned woman, a female, or whoever, like, you know, just somebody in the relationship who's just does not trust, is just very guarded, you know, and it just feels like that's what you're dealing with. That's what you're perceivably dealing with. You know, you're dealing with a lot of unknowns and unstable energy and violence and anger, and it just feels like, you know, it just feels like the pinnacle of the tumultuous relationship. Scorned lover, fighting, foundation falling apart with the Tower card. That's war energy because it's associated with Mars. For me, when the Tower is in reverse, I think Mars retrograde, and like people are just agitated and annoyed. I don't know why, like your side of this reading, like you're perceiving, or your experience is that there's just a lot of deception and unknowns involved. There's a lot of just rocking a foundation, like life-changing events and, you know, big fiery situations. And then you have that Queen of Swords, who is somebody who's very calculated and cold, and, you know, somebody who has to defend more than they can be cuddly, and more than they can, it's just somebody who doesn't trust life. Like they don't trust the judgment of others. I wouldn't say trust life, but they don't trust other people's intentions. So they're very like skeptical. I wouldn't say, they're very cynical. I would say that. But it's smart. It's a smart move, because it's just being real about situations in this world that have happened to them in the past, and just, you know, being smarter the next time around. That's for you. I mean, that's for you as a Virgo. That's what you're perceivably approaching this situation as, with that type of energy involved. I feel like that's all you see with this situation, you know. And then you have their perspective is like, their perspective hasn't really changed on the situation. So, you know, it seems like their perspective of the situation is upside down. It hasn't changed. You know, sometimes the waiting game, you get time to process and digest what's going on. But sometimes with the waiting game, I mean, like, you don't. You know, Neptune, it just makes you believe something. They believe something that is to be true. They're not changing their perspective on it. And what I find really strange about your reading is that it feels like this is you and this is them. I don't know if that's going to resonate with you guys, but like, I feel like this is them. They're upset. They're whatever. And this is you, because the Virgo card, the Hermit right there in reverse is there it is. And, you know, the Hermit in reverse is an unevolved version of Virgo, which I know we know all about that. But this is them, so I'm thinking that this is how they perceive you. So it's a feeling of like, there is waiting, there is a time, a period of no communication, no anything. There's just thinking and processing situations. That's why what I say with the Hanged Man. And then the fact that he was in reverse is like, this is a long wait, like a long slow cook, you know? Slow burn, whatever, you know. But it's that Neptunian energy where they seem very glamorous, or they seem like you can sense the subconscious connection to them, and that their perspective hasn't changed, you know. And then you have the Hermit card, which means they've been like this observer, but they don't observe anything positive. Like they're hermiting, and they're not quite being, I don't know, like they're just jaded. It just almost seems like the Queen of Swords is very like, it's eclipsing them. Like you're feeling like you're entering a situation with a scorned woman. You might be entering a situation with multiple scorned people, but on their side it feels like they might be so scorned, or they might be coming from a perspective of, you know, I'm set in my ways, I know what I'm seeing, I'm right, you're wrong, you know. I've been looking inward, and the conclusion is the same. You know, they're being very introspective and they're very deep normally, but in this scenario, they're being very like disconnected with that observer and broader perspective. And so it just feels like there's some like just non meshing of you guys together. You have the Queen of Pentacles, who's also somebody who's very, you know, action oriented as it comes to lifestyle. So it feels like their lifestyle is not really quite where they want it to be. And you know what? I honestly feel like that could be something that they hold resentment for, because the placement of your queen and their queen is very interesting. It's at the end, and it's like there's cynicism, there's cynical, there's scorned woman there. There's smart person. There's a smart person who's just trying to be cautious as they approach situations altogether. Not something that's just completely personal towards you, but then you have your queen that's at the end, and it's like financially, the way my bank account's set up, I'm trying to approach this and be smart about my finances, or be smart about my health, and just make sure everything's, you know, good and set up, because right now it's a little unstable. You know, the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse here, so it's like she's able to be stable and she's able to, you know, provide for herself, provide for others, tie up loose ends. She's responsible. She's the Queen of Pentacles. She's the queen of taking care of business. All right, but she's in reverse, so she's kind of thrown off by it financially, and that might even have something to do with the situation that you guys once had together. Just maybe, you know, not them not living up to their financial or just obligations, physical life, like just, you know, like the material things, like your car payments, your child support payments, you're paying your rent on time, paying your phone bills and all that stuff, all the stuff that you need to do so that you can enjoy life, physical life anyway. But it feels like both of you guys are kind of in a deficit of that type of, you know, positivity in those areas. Perhaps because of the situation. You know, it's funny. Soulmates and twin flames and all that stuff, those really strong connections, they can be so strong in a positive way, but then they can be so negative in a negative way. But the intensity, the passion, it's all the same level. So when it hurts, man. But when there's love, there's so much, and it makes it hard to just walk away and not think about, did I do the right thing? Should I have? But let me tell you this, or let me ask you this. As a Virgo who has, for the most part, control of their composure, control of their emotions, if this person just makes you feel all sorts of things, it's like, why aren't they in your life? Like, why can't you be friends? Why can't you be acquaintances? Have they hurt you far too much? Okay, well then you shouldn't be thinking about them. You should be like, they hurt me too much. They add so much toxicity to my life. I can't let it. I have to cut them off and not let them be a part of my life anymore. But it's like, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, why can't you do that? You're a Virgo. You are good at cutting people off and just being like, done. Why can't you let go? Because as you evolve and grow as a Virgo, it's your whole thing. You're the Hermit card, guys. Like, it's your whole thing to observe life and then learn lessons and then be like, better, and make decisions at that height. Like, don't digress. Like, become more and better and realize things. And you guys are so lucky that your earth signs, a lot of you get the privilege of learning spirituality through actual real life. Like, life makes you a believer. You know, you guys are very cynical, but and it's not to bash you, but like, you're very cynical until you see proof with your eyes. And sometimes you meet those magical people that make you believers in your physical, practical, black and white world. And perhaps this could be the one. You know, if you can't quit them and if you really feel tied to them emotionally, just know that Virgos are good at cutting people off, even though they're sensitive and feel things. But if you can't let go, and you have like the upper hand in the situation, it's time to explore it and get the full ending or beginning going, because it's something that lingers on and on and on, and it just needs to emotionally and energetically materialize into something that you can work with, and it just needs to be discussed and sorted out, you know? And this person, like, I think that there was chemistry with them. The flirt card, extend your lighthearted energy to others, but there's a lot of like fighting and fire, and just adversity in the cards in the spread. So I'm wondering if the flirt energy is like, I can't believe in spite of all that stuff you guys are very flirty and bubbly with each other. Like, it's like you have this one part of you, one side of you guys or the relationship that is just very lighthearted and bubbly, and it's where it all started. And I think that, you know, those cards coming up are definitely aligned with the whole idea of this person being the one. Because that's the, I mean, you know, it's funny, like, you get into a huge fight and then just be all giggly and bubbly or whatever. Like, only those people that understand you at a subconscious level are the ones that can pull that crap off, because, like, that's just some crazy you know what I mean? Alright? So there it is. There's your reading, your you versus them, Virgo. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like. Like, why the fudge not? And then subscribe to the channel, and then I'll see you in the next one. So, bye!